All right, let's talk about the Madam Web stuff before I forget, and then I got to get ready to go watch Echo. Finish that show off. All right, so if you didn't see, Madam Web had a bit of a leak today that was kind of interesting. So if you got online, you saw that a bottle of ocean spray revealed what the first look of Madam Web's final costume is going to look like in Madam Web. Now, let's examine this thing. I'll be honest with you. I don't hate the costume. I think it actually looks fine. You also have to remember this movie takes place in the 2000s. So it kind of makes sense that this suit would have a 2000s vibe, and that looks like a suit made out of leather. You think back to all the Fox X-Men movies, those were all leather suits, right? It kind of works. I like the white lines. I like the little bit of some black spider webs all around the neck and shoulders. It's fine. To me, it's just Dakota Johnson's face and hairstyle here. It really does not make it look like her. Like if we go to what Dakota Johnson looks like in Madam Web, it feels like it's a different person to me. Look at her. See, we have Dakota Johnson right here, hair down, all good, has some bangs. To become a superhero, you got to get rid of your bangs. Them rules, and you've got to follow them. I'm sure Jared Leto Morbius had to cut his bangs before he became Mr. Morbin Time. But other than that, it's just also like, oh, this feels so Sony. Just to get your freaking final suit revealed on a bottle of ocean spray. I had to make fun of this myself, and let's see if I can pull it up. I was like, let's see if I can pull it up here. I was like, dang, they revealed Madam Web on a bottle of ocean spray. Next thing you know, Kraven the Hunter on a bag of hot Cheetos. Next, we're going to get Morbin Time 2 on some Oreos. That's the way to do it. This took me like 10 seconds to make, man. It was a very difficult bake. And some people were falling for it. They were like, oh, actually, we have seen that image before. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Let me make a joke, okay? Didn't even crack 1,000 likes. It's a flop of a tweet, in my opinion. Flop of a tweet, Chris. Do better. But getting back to this. What does Madam Web's actual comic suit look like? Did they even get close to it? Madam Web comic suit. Let's see if we can pull it up here. Oh, okay. So there's some. You got that one. Okay, if that one from the comics. Okay, so there's a little bit of inspiration there. She's missing the blind bandana or something. I got the white lines in there. Okay, definitely can't tell if that's like a spider at the center of it. It looks like that's just where the zipper goes. Okay, but so we had that. And then we also got a promotional image. Oh, this is new. This must have just popped up while I was streaming. I had not seen this. Okay, we got some more looks of the other Spider Women. So, Isabella Merced, Sydney Sweeney. I forget the name of the other actress. Let me put up Madam Web cast. I know she was in Ghostbusters, right? Celeste O'Connor. There we go. Okay. Who has the best costume out of this all, okay? Not who is the better looking Spider-Woman. We are going to be respectful here. We're going to be gentlemen, all right? As much as we want to bark. Okay. If I'm being honest with you, I think I really like Celeste O'Connor's. Mainly because it has the blue and red colors. And that's just like always Spider-Man to me. The better mask, though, I think is Isabella Merced. The mask on Isabella Merced looks good. I want to like Sydney Sweeney's mask, but they just gave her such a big, black pump forehead there. It looks like a bicycle helmet or something. I don't know. I need to see more of Isabella Merced's costume because the letters are kind of covering it up. I can't see it that well, but Sydney Sweeney's costumes looks pretty cool too. And don't forget Celeste O'Connor's is supposed to have like the Iron Spider legs kind of popping out, so that's gonna be cool. The funniest thing to me is like they're gonna market this and they're gonna plaster this everywhere. You're gonna see posters, all this. They're gonna be in those costumes for like 30 seconds of the movie because based off the trailer and the way things are playing out, is we're gonna see like a flash forward into the future when all of these girls have their spider powers and together they're taking down, what was the guy? Ezekiel. That's the bad guy in Madam Web. They're taking down Ezekiel, and so Ezekiel in the future time travels back to before they get their powers and is trying to kill them because he knows that there is a threat for him. So we're only going to get that scene of them in these costumes for like 30 seconds to show that scene in the future, and then that's about it. I don't know how much of it we're actually going to get. Same for Madam Web here. This is just something else. Did they just release a new trailer? Or has this been the same trailer? I don't want to risk it if it's going to be the same trailer. I'm pretty sure it's probably the same trailer here. But yeah, I'm trying to find the other photo. Because there was another one. Oh, we got some Madam Web logos. What is? Look at the Madam Web spider logo. Hopefully someone finds a better quality of it soon. It's not a bad logo. Looks all right. It gives me Raimi vibes. Sam Raimi kind of vibes from that. Let's see here. See if I can pull up the other photos here of Madam Web. The CWB cookie. Yeah, a lot of people giving it the CW vibes, but I'm excusing it because, again, it's supposed to be an early 2000s superhero costume, so I'm not expecting much from it. I think it looks... Okay, here we go. There's the other promo image. Why is my internet being so slow right now? Why is it always when I want to stream it does that? Okay. You know, people just said this reminds them of like a Powerpuff Girls thing. And again, I feel like they did Dakota Johnson dirty because that just does not look like her to me. But yeah, that's crazy. I think it looks cool. It's fine. I don't know how Madam Web is gonna perform, honestly. I'm thinking it might be a flop for Sony. I just don't know how many people are that interested. And I say that with actually being interested in the story. The whole time loop thing, the Ezekiel as this kind of serial killer Spider-Man person, getting to go back in time every time they stab you. All of that is actually pretty cool. And I'm curious how Sony is going to fit Spider-Man into this for like 5 seconds. And me as a dumb Spider-Man fan, I'm going to eat it up like, oh, did they just say Peter Parker? Uncle Ben? Oh, Aunt May? What? Yeah. 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, man. That's pretty low. It'd have to be so bad for that. But it's getting a rotten score either way. I'm going to go 25 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to try to be a little bit more optimistic. 10 on Rotten Tomatoes is probably realistic, though. Some people are saying probably AI. I hope not, because I hate this trend of everything being done with AI now. Jeez. I also don't know, like, what the post-credit scene is going to be. Oh, here, someone put the costumes side by side. That's really nice. Let's see, let that load right there while I read that. See Sydney Sweeney's costume. That looks pretty accurate. I think it needs to do less white and more black. And then we got the other Spider-Woman. It's just so funny that like all three of these girls above are literally named Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, Madam Web. So we'll see how it goes. But it's just interesting that that's what came up. You know, you got people doing their memes. They're comparing the outfit to this one that Britney Spears wore. It's pretty accurate. Then this costume from The Flash, just all nude, CW style. Another person comparing it here to the Daredevil costume. Yo, say what you want. This Daredevil costume is awesome. I love Charlie Cox. I think he's a great Daredevil. Not a big fan of his current Daredevil suit, especially the one you're about to see in Echo. It's the Netflix one. I never loved that suit. This suit was awesome. I love the mask. I love the look of it. I love his fight style. That was like peak leather superhero costume suits, in my opinion. Peak leather costume. Yeah. So I'm sure there's another freaking Madam Web trailer on the way soon since we're getting all this stuff. The movie's also said to be only an hour and 55 minutes. At least we don't have to be in the theater that long. So we'll see how things go. That's nice to see. All right, guys. I got 7 minutes till Madam Web time, so I'm gonna go get ready for all that and make these clippity clips real quick. I appreciate y'all stopping by to talk some movies with me.